Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the Substance feed. You may have been expecting something a little different
You've landed
here.
on an announcement. Yep.
Yes, not exactly. You're like, wait, where's the three digits? I thought they always did like hour 20 plus episodes or something like that.
They have been a little bit long lately, but they've been very substantive.
For sure.
So whether you expected a full episode, or maybe if you had heard already as you listened all the way through to the end of
As
episode
everybody
101,
does,
yeah,
and
of
checks the
course.
social media updates.
Well, of course, you
Yeah,
already know this.
the
Let me.
real fans.
That's what I should have started with. Of course, you already know what we're going to say here. But what we want to let everybody know, in case anybody missed it, is that the Substance is moving to a biweekly. That's every other week schedule for our episode drops. So this is our first off week.
Yeah, last week was 101. Next week will be 102. Just wanted to reiterate that for just to be very clear going forward. For now,
Yep.
we've decided to transition to a bi-weekly release schedule for a number of reasons.
Yeah, one of the things is, to be honest, making the show the way we do takes time.
Yeah, it really does. Takes time. It takes research. Phil does a lot of the groundwork of getting guests, and so fitting that into the schedule, it does take quite a bit of effort.
And really, biblical, thoughtful human is not just a cute tagline we came up
That's
with. It
right.
really is
Yeah,
something we shoot for with every episode, even
That's
when
all
we're
we say.
talking
We're
about
aiming to be. Yeah.
the Matrix. Like we really do try with every episode to try to bring genuine substance, to bring
Yeah.
biblical reflections, to be genuinely thoughtful and not just shooting from the hip, and to care about others who may disagree with us or may not have us in mind. Like we really do try to put together a quality show here for y'all
absolutely.
for free.
Exactly.
Where there's no paywall. Like
That's right.
I've had other people in the podcasting world talk to this. Like sometimes when you hit various things, like, oh, you should put your old stuff behind a paywall, and it's like, I mean, I don't really ever want to do that. Like, I love
No.
the folks who support us. I'd be delighted if more folks jumped on to support. Like, we might even talk down the road about slowly adding things when support hits various things. But like, we want to make the substance free. We want to
Yeah.
make it for you, for your friends.
Yeah. And so on the one side of the coin, like, yeah, staying biblical, staying in Bible study, staying up on exegesis and reading the scriptures and understanding the word, and then being thoughtful, like taking time to actually soak in. And there's so much
And relevant cultural
news,
stuff. Good golly.
cycle hype, but like to actually
Good
slow
golly, there's a
down and
fire
like,
hose of stuff out there.
yeah, and to actually slow down and ponder it and think about it and find nuance. It just takes time. And the other thing is, life gets busier. We started this during COVID, and
We started this.
yeah,
We started this. We restarted this before I had one less kid when
Mhm.
we restarted this.
yeah,
All of our
so
job situations looked very different in COVID.
yeah,
Our church involvement looked very different in COVID.
absolutely.
Vince
So
was
that's another side
unmarried,
of it,
right?
Yeah, that's very
Yeah,
true.
Yeah.
we all have our responsibilities are more.
Yeah,
And that's good. That is good and fine. The
Well, yeah,
substance, it would be dope. Like I don't know about the other two. Like it'd be great if the substance was my full-time job and it paid me super crazy well. But like we have responsibilities.
yeah, and I think that we can't just say on the podcast and emphasize the importance of the local church and not be involved with our actual community. We can't talk as much as we talk about community and
Yeah,
then not
for
actually
not
be
doing it.
involved
Yeah.
because we don't have any time because we're doing this. Like that wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah.
No, I was
So-
just at the AND campaign Kansas City meeting the other week, and we're like, okay, like we need to get like more strategized, more organized, and at the community group. And I was teaching a couple weeks ago, and they're like, okay,
Yeah.
what am I going to teach next? And just there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
So
But we love you guys. We don't
Yeah.
want to stop. We don't want to pull the plug. So bi-weekly
100%.
will help us just function better.
So what can the listeners who are hearing this, they want to partner with us? How can they help out? How can they be a partner with us if they love the substance and maybe one day want to see more of it?
I mean, just straight up, like the more support we have, the more lighter our load is.
Mhm.
Currently, we do 100% top to bottom every single thing in the substance in house.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not gonna. We would never want to, I guess, offload our recording to other people because we record.
Yeah.
But I mean, the editing, the social media, the guest guest scheduling and
Yeah.
promotion and relationships with book publishers and
Hmm.
various ministries. We're doing
Yeah.
100% of us, the three of us,
Yeah.
guys, with families and jobs and other ministries and stuff,
Yeah.
very part time. So, I mean, frankly, like if you want to see things ramp up, join us.
Yeah.
Join us in support.
Yeah.
Hit that anchor link. There's a $5 and $10 a month limit.
Yeah.
And then the Cash App, if you want to hit us every now and then on that. Those are the ways to support us.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, pray for us. I'm not discounting that, but
100%
if
that.
if the substance is something you're like, man, those first 100 episodes were dope. I love those guys. I'd love to hear them talk about more topics. I'd love to
Yeah.
hear more film and book discussions and more conversations with authors and various ministers and things like that. Then join us. Join us in support.
Yeah. To make it concrete, like the more that we see that we're able to rely on a monthly support, then we can invest in potential offloading, which means more time for us, which means that we can do more shows.
Exactly.
So there's kind of a simple thing there. That obviously, like
If we could hire a
it's big
competent
commitment, but
editor,
yeah,
like that's like just being
that's a big
transparent.
part of it.
That's probably the next. Trevor is incredible, but we can't pay
I
Trevor right
appreciate
now,
that.
and Trevor's got a lot of things going. Like I
Yeah.
can't tell you, and I've told you a lot, Trevor. But I mean, I'll brag a little bit here because it's not on me. I cannot tell
I'll
you
go
how
too
many
long.
people, because I meet hundreds of people a week. Just it's the nature of my job. I don't tell them all about the substance, but I tell enough of them, and the feedback I hear. I've had more than one person explicitly say, "Your show sounds expensive," and I was like, "Dope. We pay $0 for." I mean, we
That's right.
mics, and one time we purchased editing software, but
Yeah.
that's it.
Yep.
So if we could find somebody who we were pleased with the final product that we could pay without it paying out of our physical pockets, that would be immensely helpful.
So there you go. What do folks do in the interim, Vince?
So in the interim, you can definitely, we would love for you to check out our back catalog
On the off weeks.
on our off weeks. Exactly. You can check out guests that we've had. We've had Felicia Busong, Keena Aragon, Barnabas Piper,
Those are good ones.
Jamar Tisby, Justin Gibney. We've had a lot of great guests as well as great topics that we've talked about that we put a lot of work in. If you want to do a rewind on CRT or systemic racism, we have just quite a bit of our catalog, and our topic toss-ups get deeply into different
Yeah.
topics. So we have plenty for you to listen on the off weeks, and then we'll have something fresh for you on the weeks we post.
Oh, update on the topic toss up. We had hot dogs for dinner last night. And my 3-year-old said that they are not a sandwich. So there's
He'll
that.
learn.
You
It's
know
okay.
He's wrong. He'll learn.
He'll learn.
It's all right. He's still learning a lot about things.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, just to stress that we try to put out evergreen content, and so there's a lot of really great stuff in the back catalog. I would love to see, for one, more people come and listen to the whole reflects we did on abortion. I mean,
Yeah.
that's been a huge topic recently.
I think that is next on one of the next on our list to do another follow up on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and seeing people rush into kind of talking points, and
Oof.
I still think what we charted there as a kind of nuanced take holds water, even in the current conversation.
My wife is a doctor, and she was a bit nervous to listen to that episode. And by the end, she was like, "Wow, you guys really handled that well." And it's definitely a conversation spark, and like you said, it's super relevant right now. So I think it's a balanced enough, biblical enough, thoughtful enough, human enough conversation that that title might be jarring, but the content, I think, can really bring anyone to the table.
And also, just to be transparent, in addition to evergreen, we're also seeking to be like genuinely conversational. So
Sure.
that was like our step one. Like we want to build on that, and we you can see that a lot. If for the folks who have listened through our whole catalog, through our reflection topic toss ups, we do try to add to things. So we will see you again next week for episode 102. And then
Yep.
every other week following. Next week is going to be great. It's going to be Kyle Strobel,
Yes.
one of our favorites on
Yeah.
his book on prayer, which you guys should get if you have Hoopla. It's on Hoopla. Check it out. It's a truly wonderful book.
Yeah.
Yep. Don't let this be confusing. We will see you next week, and
On
then
the
we are
substance.
releasing every 2 weeks on the substance, and we really appreciate you guys being with us for all these episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for your patience and your understanding for us needing this adjustment.
We'll see you next week.
On the substance.
Peace.
And then every other week after that, though.